I'd like to welcome everybody to CKJ Crypto News. Guys, I found an amazing connection. I'm pretty much sitting here going through the Fed payments improvement. This came out January 31st. How will the U.S. achieve faster, safer, more efficient payments? Now, I went through the PDF of this and I found the connection where Fed Reserve is working with Swift GPI. Now, we know who Swift GPI is working with. Rival Swift will integrate R3’s Corda settler, which supports crypto, XRP, and traditional assets. Godfrey said Swift will link its new payment standards framework, Global Payments Initiative, GPI, with R3. Now, I'm going to show you guys on this Fed payments improvement PDF that we're going to go through really quick. On this PDF right here, basically, I'm going to tie that to Swift's GPI. At the same time, the Federal Reserve is working with industry on specific efforts to improve cross-border payments, in particular Swift's Global Payments Initiative, GPI initiative. Swift's GPI initiative is focused on improving the speed and transparency of cross-border payments. The Federal Reserve has developed a market practice for federal Fedwire funds service participants that are using the Swift GPI service. So, wow. So guys, really quick, we're going to do just a quick summary. The reason I pulled this up is because the Fed improvements, how the U.S. achieve faster, safer, more efficient payments. Get news, updates, and learn opportunities to engage in signing up for Fed improvement community. Now, XRP holder, shout out to him, XRP holder, triple zeros. This picture reminds me of Bearable Guy's picture. And it sure does. It reminds me of that also. Now, if you click on the PDF, it's the Fed Payments Improvement Community. Join 4,700 of our peers by being part of the Fed Payments Improvement Community. Now, guys, they got some really interesting videos here.
Businesses, tens of millions of consumer end users, hundreds of technology firms, all connected to the payment system.
The forum.
So pretty much these videos are actually really good too. They all reference technology.
Have a seat at the table and make sure their voice is heard.
What's really interesting to see is the different industry players involved and engaged in one room, knowing that they have different interests, they have different agendas, but they've kind of put those to the side to come in together and to work for the betterment of the payment system.
So it's pretty much all about the payment system, guys.
It takes time to all the players involved. It takes time to change systems, change processes. We can't let that deter us. It's not going to happen overnight.
I have a passion for seeing how payments can transform
how payments can transform the economy.
But really, the real change happens when people leave the room.
If we persevere and work together, we can affect lasting change.
My bet is by 2020, we're going to see fast, ubiquitous, real-time payments, not only around the United States, but around the world in a wide variety of different assets.
Wow, that's amazing, guys. They said basically by 2020, we're going to see faster payments, real-time payments with a variety of assets. That clearly, guys, sounds like Ripple to me. So basically, once you go up here, you click this PDF right here, the Federal Reserve Next Step in Payments Improvement Journey PDF. Now, like I said, guys, I did click that. I've been pretty much reading this whole thing. I showed you right there where they're working with Swift GPI. Now, that brings me to this. Ripple rival Swift will integrate R3’s Corda settler, which supports crypto, XRP, and traditional assets. Guys, Swift, the largest financial messaging network for the world's biggest banks, is partnering with blockchain startup R3. Here goes the connection, guys. Seated beside Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse at Paris FinTech Forum on Wednesday, Swift CEO Godfrey Librate said Swift will link its new payment standards framework Global Payments Initiative, GPI, with R3. According to the report, Langbrand says we are announcing later today the proof of concept with R3 blockchain on trade, where you can initiate payments in trade platform and then it goes into GPI. We are exploring interconnectivity with a lot of things, and the banks have always been a part of that. The proof of concept, Swift plans to leverage R3's Corda settler, which is designed to settle transactions between crypto and traditional assets on distributed ledger. Corda settler is utilizing XRP as its first crypto payment rail. Wow, guys. And in case you just don't know, a really quick brief history. Federal Reserve Task Force, Ripple improves speed and transparency of global payments. Now, guys, basically today, after 2 years of work, the Federal Reserve releases Faster Payments Task Force Action Plan, bringing faster payments to the United States, highlighting Ripple's ability to underpin the next generation for cross-border payments. 2015, 320 stakeholders came together, basically all put their proposals, to market demands by 2020. Now, next, the task force requested proposals for ways to fulfill the criteria, which each is being assessed by McKinsey. Now, guys, McKinsey & Co. was hired by the Fed to review all the proposals, and McKinsey & Co. has pretty much been in payments since, I don't know, the 1930s or so. And basically, McKinsey says Ripple stands out for speed and transparency of payments. The task force received 22 proposals, 16 of which completed the process, including Ripple. Ripple put forth the interledger-based solution that enables improved messaging and tracking for real-time payments, standing out as the only proposal focused on solving today's friction with cross-border payments. The McKinsey assessment gave high marks to Ripple. So that's amazing, guys. And don't forget, Ripple Labs is honored to have Ryan Zagone, head of research and business development team, elected to the Federal Reserve Faster Payments Task Force Steering Committee. Now, basically, guys, I've been covering this in depth, but I just want to give people, a little bit of a background of what's going on, because basically, guys, when we dug out that the Swift GPI is basically, and I'll just read this one more time. At the same time, the Federal Reserve worked with the industry on specific efforts to improve cross-border payments, in particular Swift's Global Payment Initiative. So right there, basically, you got the Federal Reserve working with Swift's GPI initiative, and Swift's GPI initiative is focused on improving speed and transparency of cross-border payments. And Swift CEO said Swift will link its new payment standards global framework payments GPI with R3, and R3 Corda seller is utilizing XRP as its first crypto on the payment rail. So, guys, that's pretty much the video. Like I said, guys, you can join this how US will achieve the faster, more efficient payment, have your voice heard. There is links. I will link all this in the description. Pretty much, guys, that's amazing. That's basically, we found that the Federal Reserve is working with Swift GPI, and we know what Swift GPI is working with. So, let me know what you guys think about this video. The CKJ coin will pop up right now. Smash that CKJ coin and subscribe to the channel. Much love. Mahalo.